my people. How on a day? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depends on where you are watching me from. Guys, if you are new in this channel, hello, thank you, God bless you. And my name is Godstein the Psalmist. Guys, it has been long I've been here just because of the level of that's why. Guys, I promise to find it time and show up here back to back. Guys, this is a quick one. I want to go to this very story that was trending online about our great musician, great guy, Chris Daniel. It was a wrong narrative being pushed out there. Right now, the real fact, the real truth of the story is out. The owner of the show was trying to create an atmosphere that Chris Daniel didn't want to perform in the show just because of a necklace. That is a big lie. Right now, the truth has come out. Guys, this is a quick one. I just want you people to watch it, and whatever you think about this, just put it. Let us know in the comment section. Thank you guys and have a wonderful day. Bye.
Sorry for coming in late. I have.
Yes, you owe us an apology. If like Kizz Daniels now, you go begin drag him. Wait till make you know for headline. Don't forget your bag. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
I just have to charge my phone a little bit.
This is an amazing opportunity. The man who made the complaint and the team representative of the man they complained about. They're all here. We all heard Folu speak. We can see he's an amiable young man. He is ready to let peace reign as long as his brand integrity is not held in question. Am I right? So, starting with you, Mr. Steve, because from the briefing I got, there are some things you need to clear properly. There were statements you made that day, Mr. Stephen Uwa.
Yep.
One, Kizz Daniels arrived in the country on time and refused to perform due to an airline not bringing one of his bags, and that he could not perform without his gold chain. We all witnessed it, and you said it. So what do you have to say about that?
Sometimes emotions are very high when things happen, actually. Is that actually...
You clearly. Bro.
No, I'm outside. I can't talk.
Oh, okay.
The thing is, Kizz Daniel was supposed to arrive like 2 o'clock, like the flight people. Okay? But the airline delayed them for 8 hours in Nairobi. I actually measured that in at that same day. I don't know if you can remember. An airline delayed them in Nairobi for 8 hours, which was actually not good for us. And we at this site, we were finding a very, very urgent solution as far as trying to book the next available flight. And immediately we were booking that flight. He sent me a message that they are already boarding that same airline that delay, which are around 8:15 or 8:50, which they will arrive here around 10:15 or so. So when they arrive around that time, but actually the time they were supposed to perform is 3 a.m. You know, so they arrive around 10. Then they met that the bag wasn't on that airline. That will actually waste another time for them to fill in the form so that the bag can come that same day or the next day, because you can't just leave your bag on the flight and leave that same day and leave the airport. You have to fill up the form. I was there in the airport waiting for them to come outside, which actually take a lot of time because it's airline. Probably there are other people who are actually there. We were patient at the airport. They came out. At least we left the airport around before midnight, probably by 12 or after 11. Then we left. Immediately left, we asked the band to go do a sound check. Then me, personally, I went to the hotel with Kizz and Folu. So during that time, the band came. I didn't know. It was after everything. The band complained of some technical issues and all that before that day happened. So in that process, they complained about those things. Like there was no proper clauses, which actually we have to bring in some things. Which the only mistake that happened that day was the technical team. They actually tell me, maybe they were trying to actually save that part, not telling me there's some technical issue that didn't come that will make them not have to give us a perfect show.
Okay, so saying now, sorry, Mr. Steve, you are saying now that it wasn't because of the gold chain.
I think later when we sat down, I think there was some issues beyond that chain and the closes.
Okay.
Which actually came on the statement later, which we are both going to address right now. There was a lot of actually issues beyond that. There was some technical issue which the technical manager came to actually complain later that they was trying not to bring out that day. We're trying to manage it so that we can postpone the show for the next day. But at the end of the day, me as a foreigner who has to have a show in another country, trying to protect my name to make sure no matter how what goes wrong, let's try and manage the situation, you know. So as Kizz Daniel, who is an artist who wants to give the people the best, was actually trying to hold back so we can postpone this show. So a lot of things, miscommunication came at that time. So for me, I was actually begging, please, if we don't do this show, they won't understand us. We are Nigerians. I'm a Nigerian here, you are Nigerian as an artist. If we don't perform that day, everything is going to go wrong. So that was where I was trying to push for us to perform and all that, stay that day. But there was a time Kizz actually stand up, okay, let's go and manage the situation. Then we already meant that this venue was already messed up because the time was going. The venue already messed up, people were throwing bottles, people were doing that.
You did not say this that day, Stephen. You did not say Kizz at any point wanted to go and manage the situation. You just said that they begged him for 5 hours. I have the statements here. You said the promoter, Paulo, you specifically mentioned Paulo Koyi, and I told you he was my neighbor for many years and a friend I've known for over 20 years and I worked with right from the time of Kanu Heart Foundation. You said that Paulo begged Kizz Daniels and he was crying for 5 hours and Kizz Daniels refused to perform. There was no place where you said that he got up and wanted to salvage the situation. Please clarify.
That was after a lot of trying to beg to manage and manage him to perform. This was when he wanted, it was I think around 5:30 or 5 o'clock this time, because we were all in the room trying to beg him with other people here. He actually stand up. I won't lie to you. Maybe I didn't measure that because that day emotion was high. That day I was in the station. I also got invited by the police because of that vandalization.
Okay.
I also got, so the place got messy.
I'm happy you are here to clear the air. I understand emotions are like, and I'm not going to judge you or hold you to that. At least the air is being cleared. Another comment you made, which I remember very vividly, was the show cost you $300,000. I like money. So I know they forget money. If they mention money, and they remember them. $300,000, and Kizz Daniels was paid $60,000. We all remember. I even brought my calculator that day and calculated $60,000 to be 42 million naira. And since Kizz Daniels does not live too far from my house, I was thinking of how I'll go and wait on the road for him. Maybe we pay tithe of the $60,000 to me. So, what do you have to say about that? Did you really pay him $60,000 in full? Did you pay him 100% of that money, or what was really the story?
Yeah, the money was paid, but not Kizz Daniel was not the direct booking to that show. It was an agency, like I mentioned before. It was an agency
now,
which the same name I mentioned.
Paid, as in the whole money was paid.
Yes, was paid to the agency, but not. I don't know their bargain with that agency for coming here. I believe if not paid, they won't be here. But for me and that agency, we actually have our bargain, the whole plans completed.
Steven.
All right. Is there anything you want to say about the payments, the $60,000, the $300,000, the all those things?
Is that a question to me?
Yes, please.
Okay. First, the 100% payment was not made. Yeah, he didn't buy the whole payment before then. But then again, that is like we said, we were trying to sort that out with our agent, but still we were making effort to make the show. He's there. He's very, very much aware. We were constantly making effort. We were calling stylists in the middle of the night to get us stuff. We were trying to get equipment, trying to just get everything so the show can still go on. It wasn't a thing of Kizz Daniel not wanting to perform. It was never. He knows that for sure, I'm sure.
Okay. So
And I'm
very. I want to say, Steve.
And Stephen can confirm that statement that the full payment was not made. I'm sure.
Tolu, the full payment was made to Polo. Me and Polo only have flight. Listen. The full payment was made to the agency, but we only have a flight deduction argument, not the full payment. The agency was supposed to make the logistics for them to get there.
Anyway, but I'm not aware of that.
You are not aware of that. The
agency and Flyboy are two different entities.
Yes,
if you liaise with the agency, then the agency relates with. Do you understand me? Your agreement is with the agency, not with Flyboy INC. Do you understand?
But
so as all this was going on, Flyboy INC was. Hello, can you hear me?
There was actually not Tolu relax. We are brothers in a foreign land, which actually we have been set with. We actually work these things out. I don't have payment problem with Polo, because what I had with Polo was just the flight. Polo was supposed to book the flight, which when he traveled and told me, Steve, take care of the flight, I told him I'm going to deduct from the actual money. That was what I did. So we actually won't having payment problem actually. But that came up at the end of the day, because Polo told me they have settled everything about payment. But there was an argument of, you are supposed to balance, this is also $4,000. And I told Polo, I removed it from the flight we were supposed to book, which you told me I have to take care of the flight, which actually was only the amount out of that cash of that $60,000. Tolu can bear me witness. There was no payment issues.
The $60,000, according to Stephen, was short $4,000. So a payment of $56,000. I like money, so I know money. A payment of $56,000 was made to Polo, which was supposed to be routed to you at the end of the day. Are you aware of this?
So that the only thing that happened between me and the agency was different, not them.
Sorry, Steve. Hold on. Folu, are you aware of this?
I'm actually not aware of it. I'm just hearing this information for the very first time now, because the arrangement between ourselves and the agency is different. I can't start revealing contract details on live now to 2,000 plus people. So there are ways that things are done. So on the side, I was working on that, or we were working on that on the side, but I can't come to him and start saying that, oh, okay, this and this and this and this and this, what is going on. He knows for sure that there was no stopping in ensuring that we perform on that day. We kept on making every effort to, even when the band came back, the airline lost our bags. They misplaced it. It didn't come. The bag had equipment and all of those things, they're styling and all. Do you understand? But then again, we still sent our band there to the venue to go and check on things to see that, okay, what can we do? My band leader came back, gave me the feedback. Okay, this and this and this and this is not there. Blah, blah, blah. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Do you understand? So I'm like, okay, hold on. For what move can we make right now? So the band leader was still trying to make some calls also. That's midnight. And note, we got there by 1:30 a.m. Performance time is by 3. That is 1 hour 30 minutes. We got to the hotel by 1:30 a.m. after waiting at the airport in Kenya for 8 hours. And there was a lot of people there. I'm telling you. There was even no sleep there. I literally sat down. Even I was tired. He knows, and I kept him updated on everything. He knows this for sure. Do you understand? Like, I was keeping him updated, bro. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What time? How far? What are you going to do? He knows. I just even got to know of Stephen midnight of the 7th. Do you understand? And the contract clearly states if we cannot perform on the 7th, we are allowed to reschedule for another date. That is clear in all of our.
Oh,
All of
so
our
that was in the contract.
Yes, we are allowed to reschedule for another date if things are not going well. Do you understand?
Is that also in the contract?
Yes, that was in the contract. At the time, I think I was
With my brother, but you don't talk this one that day.
because I didn't go into details on what happens that day. Let me tell you what happens that day.
Okay.
Actually, before the police came to actually take, the police actually called me because the country was actually calling me a fraud for frauding them, and Tanzania didn't show up. Before the police came, we actually sat down before, I think around 6 o'clock till like 7 o'clock, try and see how we can actually arrange another date. Arrange another date like that same Monday morning to do. But the thing was messy because we are both foreigners. The police came in. Came in in the morning, came to my room at the hotel, go to Kizza's room because we were staying in the same hotel. So now the heat was on Kizz, not just actually me, because I was actually working with another local company also. So that's how it happened. They invited Kizz, they invited me, they just took them because they actually, I think nobody complained. I think the minister or somebody complained about what went wrong. So that's the issue. They invited us, we went there, so we're trying to, actually, before I do that live video, I was already in a mess, bro.
And I understand that emotions were charged. I understand that
very,
you were
very high.
I understand that your state of mind was in a state of despair, investors' money, fans, you mentioned the brands and all, and I understand and I appreciate that. But we also need to clear things for the artist, because a lot of people did not know that the artist got into the country 1 hour 30 minutes before the show.
I measured it that day. It's not 1 hour before. I measured it that day. I measured that he had a flight delay. I won't actually deny that. He had a flight delay, and they get here by 11. Okay. Then do the sound check by 1. I came to the hotel with Kizz. We were there trying to make sure everything about the hotel is okay. So that is how it works. No.
Okay. Another thing I like to talk about is Kizz Daniel's arrest. The statement in the media was that he was arrested and taken to the police station. Can you throw some light on that? And also, Folu, what is your side to that?
Kizz Daniel was not arrested. I actually want that to be very, very clear. So I think as a result of the damage at the venue, the name Kizz Daniel keep popping up. Do you understand? So the police came that morning to call us in for questions. There was no form of arrest. They called us in for questions to ask, okay, well, why is your name popping up in this particular incident in the country? That was it. And guess what? Me doing my job that day, yeah, I wanted to book another hotel for Bado, for Kizz Daniel, to just go and stay, just for safety's sake. And this man said he doesn't want to go, that why is he running? And the reason for that is early hours of that time, when we saw that things were not in place, this thing was not going to work out fine. It is clear, like no proper equipment. Do you understand me? Everyone, the band, everyone was fatigued, tired, but then they were still going on. We were discussing money issue on the side. Do you understand me? So we called them. This time, people were still at the venue. We called the promoter and the organizer of the event, sat them down, explained to them the situation. That, guys, this is what is on ground. Do you understand me? Let us reschedule this show. Do you understand? We even offered to pay for production. Is there? To pay for production, pay for venue. That defreeze. pay for production, pay for the venue. And these people here agreed that okay, that is what okay. Let us do that. So they were meant to control the crowd at the venue, explain to them what has been agreed. Do you understand me? And this was even, and the moment we heard again that there was chaos or chaos at the venue, Vado wanted to even go there still. They said we should not go, that we should stay put for safety reasons.
Sorry, Steve,
Vado
is this
was
true?
Dressed up, ready to go to the venue. They said no, he should not go. That in the morning, we will address this particular issue. And guess what? In the morning, for us to address the issue, the next thing, we are seeing police at the door calling us in for questioning. Do you see that switch up? After we had agreed to reschedule, offered to pay for venue, pay for production, so people can come and enjoy a wonderful performance. These guys came back in the morning with police. Just switched up like as we even had our camera on like this, ready to make a video that night to share to the public. Kizz was with his camera ready to make a video to share to the public. Do you understand? We had
So anyway,
an agreement. They just switched up. And the reason why, I don't know, he said that morning the whole situation went out of hand. If something went out of hand, why can't you come back to someone that you had agreed with to say, okay, this is the situation on ground. How do we go about it? We all discussed this on a round table. We drank over itself and shaked on it. This was before he went live, he started recording and saying all of this that he was doing. Vado did not leave the hotel. He was there, ready to take responsibility for everything. There was no time. He knows that there was no time.
Stephen,
yes,
there was a now. I must say something. My friend came that day, Mustafa. Yes, and everybody was insulting him. Mustafa said that this matter no day as straightforward as we see. He said there must have been an agreement, and I think we all owe Mustafa. I'm saying this. We all owe Mustafa an apology because that day it looked like he was supporting Kizz Daniels, but he was actually talking from a promoter's perspective. So Mustafa, please, my Musti Alpha. Finally, to you, Steve. Yes, I understand it don't be, matter don't be. If you put hot water and you pour garri inside, it go turn it back. Whether you like it
back, yes.
you don't turn it. You understand? So we cannot say that we did not want the eba because when we're pouring hot water and pouring garri, what did we expect it to turn to? Fried rice, spaghetti. So you don't turn the eba now. What is the way forward? Kizz yesterday. Yes, okay. Let me hear from you first.
The way forward is not so too much. There are sometimes two brothers fight. At the end of the day,
that freeze, yeah. I personally feel that the point that I need to state out for the public to hear, I think I've done it. I think with this stuff that I have said, it is clear exactly what is going on. Do you understand? I don't think we should actually drag this issue for too long. I think I have said it, and he's right there listening to me. He cannot deny everything that I just said. He knows this for sure. We had an agreement and shaked on it. We even drank on the same table together. Do you understand? Thank you, brother.
Yes. We had drink after settling everything, but at the end of the next morning, the situation changed. Not with me.
That freeze. Don't worry. I think I honestly don't want, because I honestly would just like to just leave. I think I've said all I need to say. Please. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. But I think I've said everything. Thank you.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Thank you, Folu, for joining us. I do understand his emotions too. Stephen was emotional that day, so we can also permit Folu to be emotional. Stephen, we like to know what is the way forward with regards to Kizz Daniel in Tanzania. Kizz mentioned
We are
make up on Friday.
we're very good. The show has been Friday. We just have to change the flyer, change everything that has happened. We do the show for people who have bought ticket before, so we don't have problem with the government. Everybody who bought ticket before have to come back to the show, and we are not selling the show. So Kizz Daniel is actually doing a free show on that day for the people of Tanzania, so that everything could be fine. We've been we settled everything, so we went to press together yesterday, so everything is good.
Okay. Awesome. So I watched the press conference yesterday. You forwarded it to me, and the part that was in Swahili, there was a part in Swahili that I did not understand, but I understood where Kizz Daniel spoke. He did mention the free show. You were the one that sent me the link yesterday. Now you don't forget.
No. I mean, maybe someone else.
So at the end of the day, there was something else I wanted to say. So all has been resolved.
Yes, all have been resolved. We all have been resolved.
For...
There's no issue. So we have resolved everything. We are good. The show just must go on Friday. After the show, everybody leaves. The issue from the police station have been resolved. My lawyer and the other lawyer part have resolved all the issues. So they want him to perform for the people. It's not even they want him. He actually suggests he must perform for the people of Tanzania before he leaves. He cannot leave here without performing for the people of Tanzania. So he actually make it clear to the Tanzanian people that if I wanted to leave, I will find my way out here, pay everything, I will leave. But I won't leave without paying, but I must perform for the people of Tanzania. So we have actually made Friday available for him to perform for the people of Tanzania. So what we need to do, we are trying to do, is to make security available for him. No, there's not going to be problem for him to perform and do anything he wants to do. The commissioner of police is actually involved to make sure he give him security to perform before he leaves.
Okay.
So
awesome.
we have handled every situation amicably. So we are very, very good.
All right. The management is saying I should not bring anyone in, that they don't want to drag the matter further.
No. We are not dragging.
The matter has dragged on long enough, and right now everybody has made their statement. You've made your statement. Folu has made his statement, and I'm hoping that we have a resolution and this doesn't occur again. So thank you, Steve.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Folu, and everybody else who joined. And we look forward to, the way I'm looking at it, I think I'm also going to fly down to Tanzania on Friday to go and groove with them.
I can. That's my job. I can give you visa immediately.
You're giving visa immediately. All right. Let me go and Bugawa. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me. Do take care of yourselves. And that's the update from both Kizz Daniel's camp. His road manager was here. I got a direct message from his management team who put this interview together, and also from the promoter, what's his name, Mr. Stephen Owa. The only person we've not heard from is Paulo. But since we're laying the matter to rest, as all parties have reached a consensus, I think it is best to say goodbye, good night. Thank you all of you.
It's the best to let it go.
It's the best to let it go. If you're watching on TikTok, hold on, make I sell my market. If you're watching on TikTok, share the video. On YouTube, share the video. If you're watching on Facebook, buy stars to support the channel. Buy stars on Facebook if you are watching. Thank you so much. I hope I was able to bring clarity and peace to every one of the stakeholders involved. Once again, I appreciate you all.